Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. On behalf of Center for Peace and Global Studies, I welcome you all to our 18th monthly lecture. Our speaker today is Dr. Musab Yousufi. He will be speaking on the topic of challenges and opportunities for integration of knowledge in Pakistan. Dr. Musab Yousufi is an associate professor and head of department at the Rifa Institute of Public Policy, holds a PhD in international relations. He has published his work on various topics of international interest, such as terrorism after 9/11, peace and security, Islamic political theory, Afghan war, power interest in Central Asia. He has also edited a book on China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPAC. Recently, he has been making efforts towards single national curriculum in Pakistan at the school level, as well as Islamization of knowledge at the university level. Just to remind you, as usual, our lecture is being live cast on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, www.facebook.com/globalcenterpeace, www.youtube.com/globalcenterpeace. In today's session, we shall have about 1 hour of lecture, followed by any questions that you may have. You can ask your questions by raising your hands or by writing them in the chat window, and I will be speaking, I will be reading them to our speaker. Our lecture recording will be available on our Facebook page as well as on our YouTube channel. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Yousufi to speak to us. Please welcome Dr. Yousufi. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Brother Sajad, for such a nice introduction. And thanks for the Center of Global Peace, Global Center for Peace. And thanks to Brother Hassan Malik that he provided me the opportunity that I can share my thoughts with the colleague all around the world. So thank you very much. As Dr. Sajad Saab told that today today's topic of the lecture is about the challenges and what are the opportunities for the integration of knowledge in Pakistan, or we can say for the Islamization, how to Islamize the curricula in this current situation and in this current policies of the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. So before going to we discussed the core concept of the integration of knowledge in Pakistan. These are some slides that just give an overview regarding the Western concept of education and the Islamic concept of education. That what is the basic difference between the both of the very education. So, in the Western concept of education, we see that concept of education stresses on the learning of scientific knowledge. or other field, and that actually neglect the holistic personality, that how to develop the holistic personality of the student even from the beginning till the university level. So then it stresses on the materialistic vision of the future, that how you can success get success in the world in the materialistic form, not in the holistic way, that you can contribute collectively for the humanity, you can contribute collectively for the people. So it stresses the importance of learning all relevant scientific knowledge and future opportunities, while undermining the social cohesion, morals, and disciplines that allows coming generation to better manage their interest and needs. So the main purpose of the education in the Western, if we see in the Western context, that is a career path and future job opportunity. It's like these are not the industry; these are like the production factories or industries. They only produce the people that just concern about their personal growth, their individual things, their career, their future job opportunities. So they are not focusing holistically. Then this kind of when this kind of institutions, they develop the students, they develop the people, then they can go to the market, they can go to the society, and they what we deserve, that what they will contribute in the society. So there are at large there are so many effects of these kind of education on the society, which we can say that in this contemporary Western education. So first of all, they lack the holistic mentorship leads to moral decline, and that moral decline and socio-political and economic destruction. So they also try to support the suppression of religious values in the modern education system, due to which the secularism is also a great obstacle in the face of moral development of the society. And these things not elaborated by any Islamic scholars or any Eastern scholar, any scholar that actually working on the Islamization or the integration of knowledge. This is the product of um, uh, Western education system. He did his PhD from drama, music, and arts, and from the Stanford University. And he actually mentioned in his letter that and I exactly copied the letter. This is a very lengthy letter about the Western education system he wrote on his page, and I just take some of the paragraphs from those very specific specimen, that I am the product of the Western education, and there are a lot of good things it offers. Here are some of its less attractive features. And he mentioned that Western education actually teaches skills rather than they contribute in the knowledge. Now, how rather than wisdom, immediate rather than lasting, and it does not emphasize tolerance, humanity, and and if we see in this contemporary world, you go through many of the contemporary conflicts, the behavior of the West, you will see these things, that yes, they emphasize, they are not emphasized on the tolerance and humanity and what is happening around us. So that is very true. And he further mentioned that I relegates that history, culture, serious arts to the level of dispensable commodities instead of accepting them and presenting them as an essential building block of any civilization. So he endorsed that instant gratification, enjoyment, and that things, they are basically the product. They are basically the outcomes of the Western education, which completely neglected the collective wisdom, the efforts for the collectivism, and they completely rejecting the holistic to develop the holistic personality and holistic education among the students. So this is one of the example, and there are many of the examples that we can see, and practically we can see their impact on the society and social, cultural, and political environment of any state or any society. Uh, as Sayyid Abul Ala Maududi mentioned in his book Talimat, that the education system basically, if the education system is not going to attach any individual to the Allah Almighty, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and they are not explaining the concept of Tawheed to him, they are not confining the boundaries of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and they are not developing and their moral and ethical values and their love with their nation, with their religion. So that education is not in the true sense education. This is indolency, we can say, but we cannot say that this might be education, which cannot provide these silent features to us. So now, what is the difference between the Islamic and Western concept of training and education? As we discussed that Western concept of education and training make best use of abilities, but it fails to provide them with a stable life. This causes major social problem and causes them to become alien with the daily life. Alien with the daily life, if we see the daily life mean the morals and the values of the daily life is provided by Islam, and even not Islam is provided by the universal values. Like you can see in this the family life that are very much disturbed. You can see the new concept like queer theory, the LGBT theories, these kind of many of the things you can see, which means that the holistic approach toward their individual life is very much absent from their education. So the Islamic actually concept of education offers a complete way of life that stresses the importance of moral development, discipline, faith, while also giving the seeking of ilmun nafia, that the knowledge that is beneficiary knowledge that actually contribute to the society in the collective prism, not in the individual ones. So the what is the concept of the integration of knowledge that we all always discussed about the integration or the Islamization of knowledge. So the integration of knowledge mean that the concept of education in Islam should be founded on both acquired and religious knowledge, um, based on the command of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala and the Sunnah of Prophet peace be upon him, that in a better way that serve the society, they address their needs, and they also prepare the people for the not only for this life or not only for this world, but for the akhirah and for the hereafter as well. So the revealed knowledge and acquired knowledge both helps people. It's Islamization of knowledge not means that we reject all the acquired or we reject all the contemporary or the current means of the knowledge that is acquired, that is developed, that is researched by the social scientists or the scholar or the scientist, and we are rejecting them. No, it's the combination basically of the both of the knowledge, and which help people to manage themselves and help men to manage the system or society. But the things, for example, in the social sciences, because I'm a social sciences student, so in the social sciences, the combination of the both of the knowledge means it doesn't mean that we can introduce liberalism or secularism or hedonism, these kind of philosophical thoughts in our political system, in our social system, in our culture and the values. It means that the thoughts, the theories, the philosophies that are not clearly or that are not against the basic teaching and the primary or the secondary sources of Islam or Sharia, so that can be managed and that can be adopted inside the Islamic values. So the integration of both revealed and acquired knowledge ilmun nafi helps the learning to fully develop in terms of their body, soul, and spirit, attaining a well integrated education system which can help in producing professionals who are highly skilled in their professionals but also understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the teaching of his prophet, peace be upon him. So integration is an approach or process, we can say, that which can be used in the educational sector to create a multidisciplinary approach towards understanding of any issue, any theory, or anything. So Islam basically never forbids the Muslim for learning the foreign knowledge. In fact, it is highly recommended. So this means to highlight the concept of integration of knowledge from Islamic perspectives and the challenges that need to be addressed to make it a reality for the society. And the application of Western knowledge leads to the spread of secular influence in the educational system, which is very obvious, of a nation, in turn leads to the gratitude loss of Islamic identity. Now, the two of the contemporary scholars, one is Ismail Raja al Faruqi, and the other one is Abu Hamid Abu Sulaiman. So they are very, in a comprehensive way, they define the Islamization of knowledge. Yeah, you all must be aware about the both of the esteemed scholars of this contemporary era. That Ismail Raja Al Faruqi rahimahullah said that as a disciplines, the humanities, the social sciences, and the natural sciences must be reconceived and rebuilt, given a new Islamic base and assigned new purpose consistent with Islam. Every discipline must be recast so as to embody the principle of Islam in its strategy, in what it regards as its data, its problem, its objective, and its aspiration. While Abu Hamid Abu Sulaiman says that the purpose of Islamization of knowledge is to achieve mastery of Islamic thought in various branches of human knowledge in order to build a sound contemporary Islamic base for dynamic action in all sphere of life and civilization. So this is the basically the abstract form of their their thought regarding the Islamization, and that actually the very thought that we need to inculcate in our contemporary education system. So now there are some objectives that why knowledge is necessary to be Islamized. What is the reason and what is the problem actually we are struggling for that. So the first thing is to build a strong bridge between Islamic and worldly knowledge. The second, that guide the humanity to the pathway of welfare and prosperity as well as their salvation, and to bring the Islamic own worldview to the Muslim, which is very critical. Um, uh, and to unite the entire Muslim Ummah under the one education system, and to turn the Muslim Ummah to the Islamic worldview, rescuing from the secular worldview, and to awaken and strengthen the spirit of Islam within the Muslim Ummah. Now, how we can achieve these objectives in our current education system? Higher Education Commission of Pakistan reviewed the undergraduate policy in 2020. Even they first reviewed this policy in 2018 and 19, and they introduced a new undergrad policy in 2020, which have a lot of space and room to introduce the subjects of Islamization or integration of knowledge in the undergrad program. Then they again reviewed this undergraduate education policy for the universities in 2022, and they introduced a new policy in fall 2023. Before the fall 2023, and the universities are supposed to implement this from the September, I mean from this semester, from the fall 2023, among all the universities of Pakistan. So uh, we actually, in our university, in Rifa International University, we have introduced some of the courses in one course in each semester for the continuous 6 semesters. That totally based on the concept of integration or Islamization of knowledge. That the student, if he get admission in engineering, medical, social sciences, medical allied health sciences, physics, chemistry, so he must go through and he must pass these six subjects, each one subject in one semester. And these are compulsory subjects, as here core degree subjects are very much compulsory for them. So here we actually face some challenges that now how we can integrate or inculcate our these six subjects in this new undergrad education policy, which they named version 1.1. So there are always a room to play. There are always room for the opportunities that if you are willing, you can achieve your targets. Sometime not possible in the first go. Slowly you can penetrate in the system and you can achieve what you want. So this is the undergrad policy. This policy basically told us that you have the option of general education courses of 30 credit hour, but these courses again are designed by the Higher Education Commission that one courses should be included on social sciences, one on arts and humanities, one on this. So they generally write the headings of the courses, not specifically they define the course outlines, that what should be inside the course and what should be teach in the university, what should be taught in the universities by the instructors or by the faculty. Then the disciplinary courses, interdisciplinary courses, field experience, and these are the total minimum 120 credit hour and maximum you can go for the 144 credit hour in undergraduate education policy by HEC. So at Rifa International University, under the flagship of our worthy Vice Chancellor, Professor Anisa, and we have two very dedicated departments for this integration of or inculcation of these courses in our curricula. One is life and living, and the other is Tarbiya, and the credit always goes to those two of the departments. One is headed by Professor Saheb Saab and Dr. Waqas Saab. They actually developed these six courses of 12 credit hour about the Islamic ethical principle and contemporary issues, which discuss the whole, even the contemporary philosophies of the West and also the philosophies of Islam, that how secularism, liberalism, etc., how they mm, uh, uh, teaching the things which is against the religion, and these kind of course outlines included in this. The second one is about the Pakistan studies. So again, this department focused because the HEC only give the guidelines that you have to teach a course on the Pakistan studies. So they are not giving you the direction that what should be in the course outline. So this course outline is totally developed on the ideology of Pakistan, in which Allama Muhammad Iqbal and Jinnah, how Jinnah expressed his thoughts in different occasions about the Pakistan should be an Islamic state, even their socio-political and economic structure. So these kind of outlines are developed not just on the basis of history. These very much focused on the ideology of Pakistan. Then the next is about the introduction of basic teachings of Quran, then introduction to Hadith and Sirah, professional ethics. Again, this is the course also compulsory to all of the subject, to all of the degree programs. And the professional ethics again, this is developed on the concept of integration of knowledge. And the last one is the family life in 21st century challenges and prospects. So these are the six courses which is integrated in our curricula. And this course is basically developed before what actually the university discussed, that what we want to be the student when the student graduated from our university, what should be the key features in each student, what should be the outcomes of our this specific course of 12 credit hour course is 6 courses. So they design the Tarbiyah department, and with the collaboration of Life and Living, they design a curriculum outcome that we see in our student, that after teaching these courses, we want to see our student that he should be ac- active learner, a confident person, active contributor, and a responsible citizen. So this is just a tree of the belief system that is made by the universities, which is further explained in this model. That um, uh, the first of all, they are teaching the first course, which will basically cover the belief system of the student. The second is about the servitude and the core values. The professional ethics will teach him the socio-ethical role and responsibilities of the student in the society, of the individual in the society. And when all these 6 courses and the family life as well will teach him the socio-ethical responsibilities, role and responsibilities. So when we teach them all the 6 courses, so the outcome of these 6 courses in the each the student, they are and they should be the student should be an active contributor, confident person, active learner, and responsible citizen. Now, that was a challenge for the university, that how to inculcate these 6 courses in this new HEC policy, which is very much defined, and which is very much in and each and every steps of the curriculum that are defined in the in that new HEC policy. So if we go to the policy, actually they mention in the general education cluster that you have to teach arts and humanities, natural sciences, social sciences, and these are the courses. These are just the heading of the courses that you have to uh, offer these courses uh, in the 4 year degree program. Now, the Rifa International University offers the courses like in the social sciences. We see that what is the course with available 6 courses that is designed by Rifa International University, so which is compatible to the HEC these new guidelines. So when we the university made a committee, and the committee then the committee give his suggestion, and they adjust the 4 courses. As you see, the yellow courses in this list, they are very much compatible with the HEC new policy. So the 4 courses are adjusted over here, and the 2 courses extra for only the 4 credit hour courses offered by the university, as under the banner of the UR courses, the university required courses. And after the preparation of the new scheme of study for the Rifa University under the to inculcate as well as the HEC guideline, we reached to a result which in general education courses, 12 course, and this basically this curriculum, this syllabus is just designed for in our department for the BS of International Relations. That is just for the example we want to share with you, that how we can inculcate and how we can integrate much courses uh, to exploit the current HEC policy, and how we can adjust our objective, our courses of regarding the Islamization of knowledge in this current curriculum. So in the general education courses, 4 courses were merged with the life and living, and 1 course of arts and humanities. We developed his own course, our own course on philosophy and knowledge, that could cover the requirement of the Higher Education Commission. So it means total 5 courses out of 12 courses. 5 courses mean 45% of the general education courses are based on the Islamization of knowledge. That was a very much room and very much space for us that we can play in it. Then in the major courses, when we see the list of the major courses of Higher Education Commission, uh, we saw the courses that can be integrated, and we can develop our own curriculum inside them within this cluster of the major courses. So 8 courses out of 25 courses we have developed. 8 courses out of 25 courses we have developed um, in the major courses. In the interdisciplinary allied courses, we are in the process to develop his own courses, and then we will approve it from the University Academic Council. So these are in the process, and the field and internship, the capstone project, and the rest of the 2 courses of the life learning are offered under the banner of the under the cluster of university required courses. Now this is the scheme of study. If you go through this scheme of study, um, you will see that in the first semester we are offering Islamic ethical principle and contemporary issues, which is a major course of life and living, and that is not within the contradiction of HEC curricula, which will serve our objectives of integration of knowledge. And in the same semester, we are offering the philosophy and knowledge. And in the philosophy and knowledge, we developed a curriculum that first we teach them the Western philosophy and then the Islamic philosophers and how they going to negate the Western philosophical thought or school of thought. And with the combination of that kind of this is basically a critical the faculty which is assigned to this course. He did a lot of effort to develop a course on philosophy and knowledge, and that is actually a criticism on the Western philosophy that opposing the Islamic socio-political and economic thought. So this is again the course based on the integration of knowledge. In the second semester, then we offered, as I mentioned, a Pakistan study. So we offered ideology and constitution of Pakistan. And this is the course in ideology and constitution of Pakistan. We just not go through the typical and the ordinary syllabus that is available on HEC website or available in the market, the books. We basically designed the ideological basis of Pakistan. That what was the ideological basis of Pakistan? What are the constitutional Islamic constitutional basis of Pakistan? And we also teaching Allama Muhammad Iqbal teachings regarding the his ideological basis regarding the nation, the Pakistan, the Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Allama Muhammad Asad. He is very, his writing is a very influential and very clear regarding the vision and the ideology of Pakistan. So these kind of things introduced in this, and this again fulfilling the requirement of the Higher Education Commission. In the next third semester, we are offering the family life in 21st century, which fulfilling the HEC objective of cluster of social sciences. So we offer this course in the social sciences perspective, family life in 21st century, in which we discussed. This is a very rich course outline inside this course. Then the research methodology, that is a major course, but this research method in social sciences that are developed on the basis of the Islamic integration of knowledge and how we can introduce our Islamic values of research methodology in social sciences. So many of the scholars who wrote the books on the research methods in social sciences with in the spirit of Islamic perspective. So that books are consulted for the course and the course are developed. Then the next course is we have the option to adopt political and constitutional development in Pakistan. That is again a major course, and we have an option to introduce this course in this major political and constitutional development. And in this constitutional and political development, the instructor and the course outline focused on the uh, socio-political and economic Islamic theory of socio-political and economic development of Pakistan, and how to introduce the Islamic values of socio-political and economic order in our constitutional development in Pakistan. Then we have a course that we can adopt a course on the human rights. So we adopt a course, a human rights in, we just write a human rights in Islam, which is again fulfilling our purpose. Because we when we go through this course and we saw the ICRC protocols of 1949, 70s, and 2005, and we also saw the current international law regarding the human rights. So much of the things they adopted from the Islamic humanitarian law, even that are the WOPs or prisoners of POWs, war prisoners of wars. They are waging the war, the defensive war, the um, offensive war, all the things that are very much defined by the uh, Islamic international law and Islamic humanitarian law. So we have adopted the course Human Rights in Islam, and in the same semester, is it is compulsory for all the undergrad program that you have to offer a course about discuss about the professional ethic and practices. So this is again the course of life and living, and we have adjusted it over here. In the next semester, Introduction to Sociology was a course, and they are totally designed on the Islamic ethical principle and the Islamic concept of integration of knowledge, like from Ibn Khaldun and these kind of scholars. Then the contemporary issues in sociology, like LGBTQ, queer theory, Marxism, how they are defining the sociology. So these all things are discussed under the spirit of Islamic with the proper citations of from Quran and Sunnah. Then we have introduced a course as an international relations student that we discussed with them that he must be know how about the political thought. So if we are teaching all the Western political thought, we must introduce a course regarding the Muslim political thought. And this course is just in the interdisciplinary allied courses, as we have a very open room in the we have 12 credit hour of the interdisciplinary courses that is assigned by the HEC, and 12 credit hour all are adjusted by the our department according to the integration of knowledge. So the Muslim political thought course was introduced, then the introduction to the basic teaching of the Quran, and in the next 6 semester we have a course introduction to Hadith and Sirah. Then there is a compulsory course that you have to teach any international language. So we just write these three languages in which we focusing on the Arabic language, that the student must be how now about the Arabic language, and that language should be taught to the students. In the last semester, we have a course that may be a course on any of the issue like Kashmir, Palestine, or Nagorno-Karabakh, or any of the issue. But as this, because we are living in the subcontinent and Kashmir is always close to our heart, and all of our students and society is very much aware about the issue. So, dynamics of Kashmir conflict, that is a course which is actually fulfilling our purpose, that is introduced in the last semester, and the capstone project that may be a practical project, and this project the practical titles and topics should be allotted to supervisor. They discussed with the student, and the student can execute the project on this that basis. So these are the total our complete course outline, in which we achieve um, mostly 40 to 45% of the whole course outline of the whole syllabus are including the integration of knowledge perspective in the whole curricula of the BS International Relations. And these are the level specific, we can say, the challenges or the outcomes of this course that is already discussed in the above slides. Now, actually, this is the just the Rifa International University among the 200 plus universities in Pakistan. the only university that implemented such kind of they did such kind of efforts to implement the concept of the integration of knowledge and the concept of the Islamization of knowledge. So there are some recommendations that if we want to uh, uh, integrate the Islamic concept of education in this contemporary concept of education inside the Pakistan or inside the world. So, what would be the some recommendation that the subject of Islamization of knowledge should be made mandatory at all department and university around the Islamic world, and it should be taught by the expert teacher. And we in with the education ministry in many of the meetings, we have give them suggestion these recommendations that only one course in each semester you have to introduce on the basis of the integration of knowledge in all the department and all the universities inside Pakistan. The second thing is the textbook and methodology should be re-evaluated based on Islamic worldview. Adaptation from the West, what is benefited and avoid what is against the belief system. Making compulsory some basic Islamic general courses at all the department, irrespective of majoring, as we offered in Rifa International University. Giving more priority to the education sector than the other sector and sending some outstanding student to the Western. So these may be the some recommendations. Now, what are the challenges in Pakistan, specifically in Pakistan, regarding the implementation of the Islamization of knowledge? First and foremost is about the understanding of Islam and religion among the people. That the Islam and the religion as Islam as a religion is all about some of the ritual and some of the social dealings um, inside the society among the people. When you are talking about the Islamization of knowledge, cognitively they are not about to accept even not the common people, even the professors, the vice chancellors, the deans, the head of departments. They are not on the view, even the ministry of the people in the Ministry of Education. They are not with the view that yes, the education may be Islamized. They are just said that religion is about some of the rituals, some of the ibadat means salah, namaz, zakah, and these are the things, and some of the social dealings like nikah, miras, and these kind of things. So the second thing that they actually think, even the religious scholars thinks that the Islamization of knowledge is a close nexus to madrasa, not a close nexus to the university, school, and colleges. Only, and they are thinking that only the madrasa can deliver the Islamized knowledge, not any university, school, or college. Again, this is a dilemma and this is a challenge for the people are not accepting. The third thing is the lack of a universally accepted model of Islamization of knowledge or lacking of Islamic worldview among the academia. For example, in each semester, in the beginning of the semester, when I conduct a meeting with my faculty, even we have a permanent faculty and we have a visiting faculty. When we discussing with them that the curriculum and the course outline should be developed on the concept of the integration of knowledge or the Islamization of knowledge. So they are not with agreeing with our view because they have no idea, first of all. The second thing that there is no, as I mentioned in the third thing, fourth one, challenges, that there are no curriculum available in the library, no books available in the library. If we insist them, so the question of, for example, I told them that you have to teach introduction to sociology from the Islamic perspective. So the next question of the very faculty, our respective faculty member, is that sir, where are the curriculum? Where are the books from which I may I consult my lectures? So lack of expert faculty who are capable to understand and develop the IOK curriculum and books. So these are again, this is again the challenges for the implementation of Islamization of knowledge. Then the fifth thing is unwillingness of funding for the Islamization or integration of knowledge projects, because I by myself visited many of the people who are uh, investing, who give his services for only for the sake of God, for the sake of Allah, and contributing the charities. So when we are approaching them to, you have to give fund these projects for the Islamization of knowledge. So they are considering that only the charity is acceptable by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to build a mosque, to give his charity in madrasa, are these kind of the typical mean the things that are set in their mind. So they are not willing to invest in the projects like Islamization of knowledge or these kind of things, and even the government as well. So not the public nor the government are willing to invest in these kind of project, which is again which is a dilemma, and we can say that again that is a challenge for the implementation, not only for them, even for the development of the curricula for the Islamization of knowledge projects. So, and the next thing is the parent and the student not being interested in Islamization of knowledge. For example, when you taught him the political theory or the philosophy, and the philosophy when you are teaching them from the Islamic perspective, so there the question of the students and some of the parents came with the complaint that you are teaching them the madrasa curriculum, you are teaching them the Islamic studies or Islamiyat, but we have sent our child for to the international relations. So this is again, this is a very not a major problem, a very minor issue, but again this is a challenge for the implementation. The very challenging thing is the understanding of language. Many of the this is in my field. When we talking about the social sciences, international relations, and political science, many of the books available in Arabic. For example, if we see the a very legendary book of Imam Taymiyyah, Siyasa Sharia or Ahkam al-Sultaniya, or we can see, so their English translation is available, but some of the major books like Kitab al-Khiraj, Kitab al-Amwal, Kitab al-Siyar, these are the books that are available in the Arabic literature, which is again difficult for us to understand and how to inculcate, because we have know-how of Arabic language. So the language is again is a very a very problem for the adaptability and availability of library resources regarding Islam. If we go to the library, you will see the in the social sciences. If we are talking about the social sciences, you will see the all the books, even the 99% of the books are will be available on the Western by the Western authors, by the Western scholars, the Western philosophers that can serve only the Western philosophical school of thought. So the unavailability of the resources, mean the library sources, is again is a challenge. And the last not but not the least, that is the government lack the understanding of Islamization of knowledge and unwillingness towards the such projects as I have mentioned above. Now, for this purpose, to serve this purpose, what may be the way forward that we can establish, or we can design a way forward for it, which can not in the near future, but maybe after 10 year or 20 year, we can achieve our objective. So we have to establish an institute as the center. This center is working for them, and the main feature of that institute should be the education and research, publication and translation. Publication, but the translation is again very compulsory, because many of the sources is not available in the English translation. So in the Arabic, they are available in the Arabic or other languages, mostly in Arabic. So that literature, that books should be translated into the English to make it available for the faculty as well as for the students. And then the teaching, training, and learning. That the faculty must be trained. We all are just the product of this contemporary education system, and we have no a very comprehensive worldview or overview and understanding that how to integrate the knowledge, how to develop the curricula, how to develop the course outline on the basis which can serve the objective of the Islamization or integration of knowledge. So the faculty should be trained in some kind of certifications and diplomas, workshops that should be arranged by that very institute to train the teacher on the lines of the integration of knowledge and how to develop the curriculum of Islamization of knowledge. And what should be the objective of that very institute? That the need is to shaping out evidence-based research in improving education in Muslim societies, and the dissemination of this research through textbook. First of all, textbook should be produced, publications on the integration of knowledge and its need, its issues, its challenges, translation, as we discussed, teaching policy recommendations should be made after the roundtable discussions. Pedagogy must be very much clear. The curriculum development and strategic engagement of all with the objective of reconstruction, reform, and inculcating of Islamic thought in existing education. So that should be the objective of that very much institute. So there are some questions we must know. Why we need integrated curriculum? After the whole lecture, you must be know the answer after the whole discussion. That why we need the integrated curriculum, why we need integrated textbooks, why university curriculum influential, why to focus on all the above we discussed, and need of some why we need some compulsory courses. So we have designed uh, another model for the integration of knowledge. This is the first step of the integration of knowledge that maybe we are trying to adopt this. The university have to adopt this model that we designed eight courses, eight courses that should be offered in all 8 semester at undergraduate level. And the courses are designed that first of all, it will discuss, the first course will be about the basics of Islam, like Tawheed, Risalat, and these kind of outlines. The second one should be a professional ethics and morality. The third one is about society and state in Islam. The fourth one is about the economic dealing and transactions in Islam. Uh, Ordinances of government and state in Islam, which is a siyasa sharia. Then when we teach them the siyasa sharia, then we will go to teach them the Pakistan studies. Then now you have to understand why there is a need of Pakistan as the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and what is the objective and what is your duties and responsibility toward your nation. And then the Islamic contemporary philosophical thought, and at the last we have the course Islamic jurisprudence. And the basic outcomes of these courses, for example, if we teach them the basics of Islam, so the student, the outcome of that course would be that the student will obey Allah's command. When we teach them the professional ethics and morality, so that would be the man of morals. When we teach them the society and state, so he will live balanced life in society, economic dealing, that may be a supportive for family, ordinance of government state in Islam, understanding the right and wrong, and he may be the responsible citizen after the Pakistan studies. Islamic contemporary philosophical thought, so his comprehension in his worldview. And when we teach them the Islamic jurisprudence, usul fiqh, so that will make him a knowledge seeker. And that is the objective or the attribute. The attributes of these objective are that the said attributes will be inculcated in student behavior through theory, class, lecture, mentoring sessions, experiential learning, like study visits and practical activities. These outcomes and attributes will contribute in building a desirable holistic personality. And these are some of the model, a model of the attributes and the outcomes of the model, which is based on the Quran and Sunnah. That strong belief, obedience to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Then he will go for the socio-economic role and responsibilities. After that, he assume that I am the vicegerent إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة, and after that he would be an applied Muslim and person of excellence, which mean he is Quran in Surah Baqarah. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala said, "Enter to Islam wholeheartedly." So that would be the core and the final objective of this model. And in the current higher education undergrad policy, there is also an opportunity for us to implement this model at all over the universities. And in this model, we adjust 5 courses, while the remaining 3 courses may be offered under the banner of university required courses. And they are these are the first target, that 2 year targets. If we implement this model, so what would be the 2 year targets? The first is about the liaising with the universities and to convince them to offer the courses. Then we will publish these 8 general courses, the 8 courses that would be offered each in every semester, one in every semester. So we will publish the courses, we will hire the authors who understanding the concept of Islamization of knowledge, and we will publish these courses, these books basically. Then we will go for the online education website like Khan Academy, Coursera, and these kind of platform, because this is the IT world, the AI world, the ChatGPT world. So most of the student, they are I mean technologically, they adopting the technology very smoothly. So we will offer these courses as well as online, which is not only restricted for the universities. For example, if anyone want to understand the Islamic political concept, so he may go to the website, he registered himself or herself, and he pay a very little fee of the certification course, and he may uh, opt that 3 year or three months or 4 months certification and complete his or her own certification. So that would be a model for the implementation of the first step of the implementation of integration of knowledge. Once we implement these 8 courses in the universities, it will fuel our project, and then we go departmental wise development of the curricula. We will, for example, we developed the first international relations, political science, so engineering, artificial intelligence, and other courses. So we will develop departmental wise, because it is a very long, in a just a one go we cannot uh, reshape the whole education system. So step by step, once we implement these 8 courses, then we slowly go to the each and individual department to design the curricula and implement them among the universities. Thank you very much. These all are from my side. I tried my best to cover the whole lecture in 1 hour. So now the rest with the Dr. Sajad Saab. So you may go ahead.
Jazakumullah khair. Many thanks. We are open to questions. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand or you can write them in the chat window. We have some questions from Saira Rahman. There's several questions. I'll try to summarize them. She particularly wants to know about the Islamization of knowledge at the school level, how to prepare textbooks and how to what's the role of the teacher. And she also wants to know the idea that we need to reevaluate existing textbooks and methodologies based on Islamic worldview, and she wants to understand what's the meaning of that.
Okay, if she belongs to Pakistan, she must be aware of some of the institution. They are extensively working on the Islamization of knowledge in the schools, at the school levels, like AFAQ, like Character Education Foundation. They are very much working on that, and you may go to their websites. You may call them to. They will make sure to available these resources, the books to you. In the Pakistan, we tried very much, as mentioned in my introduction, Dr. Sijasa. We tried with the government to implement a uniform and single national curricula, but unfortunately, this is not the proper forum. We may discuss the challenges for the implementation. In this at the school level, if you want to implement, the textbooks are available, the institutions are available. You just go to the institutions, you just have to talk to them, and they are very professionals in training. They will train you how to develop the syllabus, how to deliver the syllabus. So the syllabus are available, the books are available, the curriculum are available. So you just go to the institution, and on the doorstep the things will be available for you. You can, but again here this is the willingness of the school. For example, if you in the government school, so the things are very difficult to implement. But if you have your own private school, so you easily adopt um, the very curriculum of those institutions as I named before. Thank you.
Jazakumullah khair. Dr. Fakhrul Islam from University of Peshawar is with us, and he would like to share his thoughts.
Yes, sir.
Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Islam, sir, before
Um,
as Dr. Fakhrul Islam sir say anything, I am just astonished.
um,
Sir is available
please.
here. Fakhrul Islam sir is my teacher and is my mentor. And all the things I did here, we teach him. He was as well as my supervisor in PhD. So it is good for me that I aware that he's available here at the end of the lecture. If start,
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, Dr. Musab Yousufi. Really, nothing is dearer to a teacher to see his student presenting in such an excellent way a very important topic, and I must congratulate the people who arranged this lecture, the institute. And I think so many things you have explained in a very organized way, so I must appreciate and congratulate you. Having said that, I would like to mention a few things which needs to be kept in mind.
yes,
First
sir.
of all, there is a general misconception about the curriculum. People think as if curriculum means course contents. Course contents is a part of curriculum. Otherwise, curriculum is a holistically speaking. It has so many dimensions. It may go beyond the classroom for inculcating certain ideas in the minds of the students. So I hope that everyone knows that. But this misconception should be removed that
Sure.
curriculum is only a course content. Secondly, as Dr. Yusfi mentioned, that there is a misconception about the idea of integration of knowledge or Islamization of knowledge. So it means that we need to, organize a program, a campaign for awareness, general awareness of the people. There should be conferences, there should be seminars, there should be some write-ups on social media to educate the people that Islamization of knowledge doesn't mean madrasa education, as you mentioned. So awareness is very, very important to remove the misconceptions of the parents and people in general. Another issue is that HEC is the body which is responsible for introducing such kind of ideas. So we have to sensitize HEC. Although, as Dr. Yusfi mentioned in the last leg of his lecture, that there is some room for inculcating and including certain courses in the existing undergraduate policy of HEC. But yes, but there are some obstructions as well. I just to cite an example, I was member of the curriculum review committee of HEC for several years, and when we were designing the course for Pakistan studies, so I suggested that there should be a chapter or a point on human rights. And when the committee agreed, and when I suggested that there should be a subtopic on the concept of human rights in Islam, can you believe that the whole day there was a discussion in the committee, and majority of the members wanted to exclude the concept of human rights in Islam? So that shows that there is a resistance and an obstruction in the way of these things. So I think it's very good that today's lecture is also a step towards that realization, the importance of integration of knowledge, and then the Refa University has taken a lead, so I must appreciate that. And I hope that the Refa University will continue to hold such programs for creating awareness and educating the people on this novel idea of integration of education. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Jazakumullah khair, Dr. Fakhrul Islam. Hey, Sister Ghazala Tabassum had raised her hand. Could you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Professor Ghazala. I just have a few reservations and very humble suggestion. I believe that any system of educating young minds should be more focused on training teachers than designing curriculum or introducing certain courses or giving knowledge. Because my long experience with teaching has told me that whatever the course contents are, whatever the courses you introduce, no matter how much incentive you give for passing a course, it's finally the teacher that makes the difference. If like what I have learned from the presentation of Dr. Yousufi, he says there are certain courses that should be taught at the undergrad level. What I understand, I haven't gone through the courses, the course contents, but still I understand that most of the courses that he wishes to introduce are knowledge-based. While the outcomes that they intend from these courses are behavioral changes. I don't understand that how you can impart knowledge and bring behavioral change. We have been teaching Pakistan studies from decades, from day one, but has it made our student more patriotic, more sensitive to our nation, to our country? My answer is no. So I would like to suggest that the idea that they should be building, establishing an institute for training, and they should be more focused on training teachers, because lack of teacher, he himself admitted that there is lack of teachers, lack of interest. How you create interest, how you advertise this good idea, and how do you train the teachers who would be teaching various courses at various levels, at various institutions, that would create a difference. Otherwise, it would be an expensive dream. Thank you very much.
Yes, Professor Tabassum, thanks for a nice comment, the very valuable comment. But as we mentioned, that this institute or this program are not only focused on the publication of the textbook, as it is mentioned in the slide, that it will focus on the teacher training and learning as well. This is the very primary job. First of all, to train the teacher, then they will be able to inculcate or execute these kind of ideas. And the second thing is, it is mentioned, I don't remember in what slide, But in a slide there, I have mentioned that there should be some experiential activity and experiential learning projects for the student as well, that may contribute in the behavioral development. Thank you very much, Professor Tabassum.
Jazakumullah khair. Babar Ali, could you please unmute yourself?
Assalamu alaikum. This is Babar Ali, and I'm a student of comparative religion. And first of all, thank you very much. That was very, very great lecture, and very, basic to understand the new policies of HEC. And I also, agree with Ma'am Tabassum's comment. My question is how we fit this, HEC's plan. Like there is there is a mathematics and computer and statistics like subjects. So how we fit these six subjects on them, and is it necessary to fit them?
No, this is not necessary. HEC just give you the guidelines. They are not give you the course outlines and the specific name of the course. For example, they written over here, the slide, there is a mention in the slide, like arts and humanities. Now, arts and humanities, you can teach the philosophy, you can teach the mass media communication, media studies, or anything else. So there is a room for you. You can introduce any course. For example, in a social science, you have to offer any of a course that is relevant to the social science, as we offer here family life in 21st century. So there are the courses. Yes, there is a course of quantitative reasoning. There is a course of expository writing, English, functional English, natural sciences. So if you see, only the yellow courses are adjusted with the RIFA curricula, while the rest of the two courses are offered in the university required courses as mentioned over here.
Okay, thank you.
Sajjad Sahab, you are muted.
Sorry. Yeah. Myra Shoaib, would you like to ask a question?
Assalamu alaikum. I want to ask a question that how to solve children behaviors, because teachers have lot of issues about children behaviors. It's a basic problem in every school. Can you explain me?
I'm not getting your question. How to shape student behavior? Sadasa, what was her question?
Yeah, Myra, could you please repeat?
I want to ask कि किस तरह से बच्चों के behavior को ठीक किया जाए? How to solve?
Okay. How to shape or how to, okay. Actually, there must be some programs that may be initiated by the universities or the education institutions. As we here at RIFA, in RIFA University, we initiated three different programs. One is the life and living, through which the experiential learning, the faculty is engaged with the students. They are discussing with them. The other is the Tarbiyah department that is specifically prepared. This is specifically established for the mentoring of the students, and every teacher have 15 or 20 students in his flagship, in his mentorship. And the third institution we have established, that RIFA aspired student, that actually train the student on different issues, that they give them they give them the they're introducing the different programs for them, for their moral development, for their ethical development, for their confidence building. So these kind of things should be introduced inside the institutions. These kind of sub department and department should be established inside the institutes, which will try to develop which will mentor the student, which will try to develop the behavior of the students.
Dr. Yusuf, could you please explain this experiential learning? I think that would answer her question, and
Okay.
maybe
The
Professor.
experiential learning, for example, yes, thank you, Sajjad Sahab. The experiential learning, actually, I just quote one example. In our life and link department, when they are, the lecture is about the, for example, about the care of your neighbors, the care of the people, the care of the care of the needy people. So for that very specific lecture, there must be a visit of the student to the hospital to see the patients, to spend long day with them. They must be arranged some of the activities that support the needy people inside the society. Like in our university, they arranging they go to the NGOs among the students. They raise some charities, and in for example in the winter season they are going to buy some of the warm clothes, shoes, socks, and these kind of things, these kind of stuff, and then they target any of the community, and they go to that community and distribute these things among the needy people. And the faculty, they have to then they have to submit his report. A faculty member engage with him in all the activities, and their evaluation, there is a marks for the evaluation. For example, if 100 marks of a 2 credit hour course, there must be 20, 25, or 15 marks of that very specific project of the experiential learning. So that kind of activities, and there are very much activities. We have a list of activities of over 50, 60 activities that is basically integrated in the course outlines. That if you go to study this lecture, this activity is for this today's lecture. This one is the activity for these 3 lectures. This one is the activity for these 2 lectures. So that experiential activity must be executed.
Thank you. Saima Ali, could you please ask your question?
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, sir. Currently, I'm at Malaysia. I'm doing my PhD from IIUM, but previously I'm serving at Institute of Southern Punjab, Multan. It's a private university, and it has this Department of Southern Executive Development Center. Whatever that we had discussed here, I'm the part of that particular department from 6 years. And this department is only provided that kind of training. One of our prof here, the lady, also discussed about the training that it's needed. So I just want to share my experience that because we have the student who spend their almost 12-year education with any kind of institution from South Punjab also. But when they came to us in the university, so that is not the time to regenerate and reshape their many kind of habits. But these kind of these habits which currently Prof but the speakers discussed, we already do these kind of things. The project, social action project under the name, but these all philosophies are Western. We prepare lectures. We have a module to put them for the practical learning. It's also that the whole philosophy of that department is the activity-based learning. It's not lectures. It's all kind of activities, kind of that with community engagements and all that. And they have marks that for them to put in one semester. So, but the engagement level is this, that we sometimes face that immorality when we send them to the community, because we didn't know how kind of training they have that previously. So even you can't imagine, but it's true that few of my students from South Punjab, even they peak in the classroom. When I told them that it's wrong habit, it's not good in front of other students, you should go out to the washroom, they harass me. Why you are talking like this? So we need that kind of thing in the school, that shape their moral ethics, to shape their dignity. But when we talk about through the Islamization in Pakistan nowadays, unfortunately, whenever we talk this word, whenever we speak this word, the Islamization or any kind of Islamic ethics, people call us the rigid and the orthodox kind of things. So we adopted the Western philosophies to make them moral and to make them ethical person, which unfortunately we lost that. I don't know what kind of schools are now playing the role, but it's really need of time. So I'm also experience one thing I share you. A couple of days ago, one professor from Bosnia, she came here at Malaysia at ISTEC, and she was the guest speaker that day. She shared many things, many activities, because at that place where she live and where she is working in Bosnia, at that place Muslims are in minority, so they don't have that freedom to exercise their religion. That kind of the restrictions, they made that kind of curriculum, which I request her to share some things. The curriculum which belongs to the Quran, and these are curriculum are only for the kids. According to the Quran, according to the Quranic ayat, they do practical things with the Quranic ayat. So I think we need that kind of things to develop Islamization or moral ethics in our children, that they should bring up with those kind of ethical and moral values, because it's not about the Islamic word, is not about the true Muslim, it's about the true human also. That if we didn't develop, because in our institution also we have multicultural, multi-diversity, religious, social culture. So we sometimes we didn't impose many things to non-Muslim students to impose through the Islamization. So because Pakistan is very beautifully diverse, has very beautifully diverse culture, we respect it. And these kind of things, the whole curriculum which today's what the speaker show, it's very great, it's very implemented, it's really good. I just want to share this experience, and the books which we follow. And one of them is from the Jim Rohn's book, 5 Major Pieces of Life Puzzle, and which we follow in first semester. So these all kind of books are, which I knew that these philosophies is the base of Islam, but I can't told that. Understand my point? But when we do with the inclusiveness, I hope so, inshallah, we can do it. But please don't forget the non-Muslim students in the class. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the comments, Miss Saima, for such a long comment.
Jazakumullah khair. Saira Rahman, could you please unmute yourself?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.
Sir, my question is that as you have talked about experiential learning, do you think that this idea is applicable at school level also? If yes, then from which level we can initiate that thing?
Yes, that may be applicable at the school level, but even from the beginning, from the primary level, but the activities should be designed according to the age of the student and according to the adaptability of and their mind ability of the student. For example, such activities we are arranging at the university level, we cannot arrange at the primary or the middle level. So it would be better to understand by the concerned teacher of the concerned class. He has the ability to judge the mentality and mind of the student, that what kind of activity may be designed for them. So the experiential learning, I personally said that it should be very compulsory at all level, from the primary to the university level, that the experiential activity must be conducted by the faculty or must be conducted by the instructor from the student, that will enhance their ability and enhance their understanding what they are studying inside the classroom.
So secondly, any kind of grading or marking is suggested at school level regarding this activity?
Again, this depend on the this depend on the uh, what we can say, the marking method of the very institution. For example, in our courses, if there is 100 marks paper, we suggest 10 or 15 marks for the experiential activity, not for a single experiential activity, for the whole 3-4 activity that may be executed in the whole semester. So that is depend on the teacher and the understanding of the teacher and the head of the institute. For example, in the uh, at the school level, if there is 100 marks of a subject, you may introduce that 80 marks for the paper and 20 marks for the experiential activity, and you have to show the excel in that experiential activity, and on that your performance, the assessment and evaluation will be done. So that again depends on the understanding of the teacher and the institution.
So you have talked about teachers training also. Can you please guide a little bit that pertaining to integration of knowledge
Mhm.
or integration
Mhm.
of teaching,
Mhm.
what initial step an organization can take? Because
What?
teachers vary, sir. Like like compatibility and the skills, and the competency of teachers varies. So if you have to train teacher or a pool of teacher, that how they can integrate knowledge and
Yes,
how they
yes.
can teach that thing in class.
Yes, this is on the ability of, or the aptitude of the teacher. Some of the teacher, they have the aptitude of developing the curricula or developing the textbooks. Some teachers have the aptitude that they are very well in delivering the lecture in the class. Some of the teachers, they are with the aptitude, with the extracurricular activity, and they are taking interest in the extracurricular activity of the student. So we have to focus, we have to train all the teachers, but we just pick the teacher, those teachers who are, for example, who are very much and well versed and well enough to write a textbook. So we have to dedicate their team to the writing the textbook. We have the teacher who are who have the aptitude, who have the skills, who have the interest in the extracurricular activity or the experiential learning. So we have to assign them that kind of activities. And there must be, actually this is the whole process. I can't explain this in a single lecture. Their annual appraisal reports, their annual promotions, their things that must be connected with these kind of things, that if a teacher executed 4 activities in a year, these kind of activities, so that marks may be added in their annual report. If a teacher developed a textbook or a course outline, 2 books of course outline in annually, so that kind of benefits should be uh, allocated to the faculty. So these kind of things should be introduced inside our the institution. That kind of policy should be encouraged by the government, and actually this is the whole process. These are just the idea. Now you are talking about the execution plan of these activities. So this is a very comprehensive topic, and if we have any opportunity for the next time, we will discuss the whole idea with you.
If, Professor Ghazala Tabassum would like to share something.
Yes, sure, madam.
I've been listening to young teachers. They were very keen to understand how to bring change to the behavior of students. And the second one, we were talking about experiential courses. I believe that every teacher should be in love with teaching first and foremost to bring any change. If you do not love your students, then you cannot bring any change to them. So know them, try to respect them, even if they are very wrong in their behavior. Once you develop a love and confidence with them, you would see change coming automatically.
Yes, sure.
And secondly, uh, patience, like what I have learned from my experience is that patience with the wrongs of students. If they're naughty, if they are noisy, if they are lazy, they are not working, they are bluffers, patience and genuine interest in their problems can change them. I have seen hundreds of students changing from zero to the top only because I never tagged them as bad students, kept taking interest in them and asking them they can change, they can come up, and they did it. So keep appreciating what is good in them and never tagging them as bad, even if they are not coming up to your expectation. And experiential learning, I believe, should be based on experience and practical more than theory. Like I used to be a student of fine arts, and in that subject, we were having just 35 marks for theory. It was huge history that we have to cover, and 75 marks for practical work like paintings and sculpture and relief work. 75 marks for them, because finally what was the aim of these courses was to make us an artist. So if we want a social behavioral change in students, then we should give them activity plans, like for children, young children, plant a tree, help a blind person to cross the road, take the chickens to the pen. You can go and comb a cow or sheep. Little things, practical things. And if a student really grows a small plant, he should be credited with 10 marks. If you ask him to clean his room for 10 days, give him 1 mark for each day. These are just small examples to make the young teachers understand that doing is more important than teaching. Show them what you want them to learn. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you, everyone. I must apologize all those who still want to ask questions. I'm sure we can discuss these things in another lecture. We have come to the end of our lecture today, and this was one of the most lively lectures we ever conducted in this lecture series, and that's all due to the lecturer as well as very knowledgeable community and audience that we have today, who are very keen to transform the lives of our students and our future generations. Inshallah, next month, the last weekend of next month, we'll come back with another interesting lecture. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.